Hello,
Hi.
from Bagan in Myanmar.
It's a pretty cold place, I would say. This is the coolest place that I've ever been to.
Yeah.
You have to wear long sleeves at night and also
Pants, long pants.
long pants.
Yeah.
But this is the city of temples with over thousands and thousands and thousands of temples. Bagan is the city of temple. We are going to explore Bagan today, and we're going to do that in a new way.
Yes.
Yes, this is called an e-bike, guys. And that is one transportation method that you can use here in Bagan, because as a foreigner, we're not allowed to drive a normal scooter. So there's three different ways to get around. The first one would be to hire a driver.
Yeah.
And to hire a driver, it costs you around $30 to $50 a day. And if you would like to do it another way, you can use a normal bicycle to cycle around, and that costs you around $2 a day. And this bad boy costs us around $6 a day. So this will be our transportation method today around Bagan. But we're going to the old part, right?
Yeah, the old Bagan.
The old Bagan, where we can find these temples. And today is also supposed to be some kind of festival. So we're right on time for that festival.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Or drive? Or with an electrical bike?
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's so weird that you can talk and you don't need to scream to be heard, because this thing is soundless. What do you say?
Yeah, it has no motor.
It has no motor, so it doesn't make any sound, which is pretty odd.
Yeah.
But it's really nice, actually. Like a quiet night.
Yes. Peaceful.
Peaceful. Yeah. Temples.
Yeah, we have all maybe driven like 1 kilometer, well, like 1,000 meters literally, in a speed of maybe 10 kilometers per hour, like Granny and Grandpa. But the thing here is, like, we have already passed maybe hundreds and hundreds of temples already. It's
Yeah.
so many temples. I read online that it's about 13,000 temples here in Bagan alone, which is a lot of temples. So we just arrived at the first temple, which was called
Ananda temple.
Yeah, which is supposed to be one of
The most known and most beautiful temples here in Bagan.
Yeah, I think you can see it, the golden tip of it
Yeah.
behind us. And to enter these temples, all of these temples, there's like a group ticket, or is a ticket for all of them. And it costed around $19 per person, and it's valid for about up to 5 days, I
Yeah.
think.
5 days.
And one hack is actually, once you are in Bagan, if you're going here, to pay in their currency, which is called, what was it called?
Kyat.
Kyat?
But I think they say like chat or
Kyat?
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they don't say kyat, but it's spelled kyat. And instead of paying those $19 US, which you can also pay in euros, pay in their currency, then you will pay $34 instead of $38. And that is maybe 4 or 5 meals here in Bagan, so you will save yourself a little money. But let's go and check out the most famous one here in Bagan.
Yeah.
Temple.
As usual with like temples here in Myanmar, you have to take your shoes off to enter the temple.
Now the security or the people who is checking your ticket here at the temples can be pretty chilled out. So you could actually sneak through without having to pay, but maybe not at the major ones. So far here in Myanmar, we have been to different types of pagodas. This is a temple. A pagoda is basically like a cone-shaped kind of temple that you cannot go into, but these temples you can go into, so let's explore. Now, what would a temple be without its souvenirs?
I can totally see why this is known for being one of the most beautiful temples here in Bagan. It is super beautiful, but now it's time for us to go ahead and grab something to eat because we are very hungry. Being here in this temple actually makes me feel like I'm in Rome a little bit.
Yeah, we were in Rome like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And this temple really reminds us of Rome.
Yeah.
It does, it does. Except the top with the golden parts. That is not Rome for me.
Yeah, no. Sometimes you get these wipes hand out to, clean your feet. But sometimes you don't, so you bring your own.
We are having really much fun here driving these electrical bikes, and not only are we having fun, it's also good for the environment, big plus. But as you can see on these roads, it's really much sand and small rocks, so it gets pretty dusty when you're driving on this road. So try to keep your distance so you don't get like a cloud of dust in your face when you're driving. But now it's time for lunch. Yummy. Let's feast. Now, 2 things that we have read online about Myanmar is firstly, terrible food. Secondly, it's unsafe. What would you say? Is it safe?
Yeah, it's very safe. I mean, the people don't bother us and they just go on living their lives, and
Yeah.
we feel very safe.
Yeah.
And at least in Yangon and Bagan.
Yeah.
And also the food so far has been really good, actually.
Amazing, I would say.
And we have tried both Burmese and
All
Western food, yeah.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah.
So you're totally safe if you're going to this like Yangon, Bagan and Mandalay and those touristy spots. So don't be afraid to visit this country. At least that is our experience, and then the foods are just amazing.
Yeah.
I guess you just have to find the right spots for that.
Yeah, maybe. And maybe it's because we eat plant-based.
Yeah, go plant-based, guys. Go plant-based. Now it's time for us to head to the next temple.
Which is the biggest temple.
The biggest temple of them all here in Bagan, and there are temples basically everywhere.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
We're standing in front of some of them. Yep, all of those are temples. More temples. Let's go. So when you're starting your Harley Davidson like this.
Okay, so we just arrived to the biggest temple in Bagan.
Yeah, right behind us. So you're actually not allowed to climb the temples, and maybe for you it's like, duh, of course. But a few years back you were able to climb most of the temples actually, maybe not the big ones, but most of the temples. But now they have put a ban on climbing most of the temples here in Bagan, which is a bit of a shame, because if you would like to climb up to see the sunrise or sunset, then you're not able to do that. But there's a few temples left that you are able to climb actually, and we will try to find them out later on, maybe tomorrow for the sunrise or something like that. How's it going?
Really burning my feet.
Yeah, it's hot. It's really hot on the stones.
But it's not really hot like weather-wise,
Yeah.
right?
No, it isn't. It isn't. It's like maybe 25. Well, that's hot,
Yeah,
but it's
I
not
mean,
like Angkor Wat,
Yeah,
37.
that was so sweaty. Oh my god. But this is actually like a nice temperature to walk around in, seeing temples and stuff like that.
It is.
So it's quite nice.
Yeah. Burning feet.
But burning feet, yeah.
Well, now it's time to move on to the tallest temple in Bagan. That one.
We're now standing outside the tallest temple in Bagan. And the last temple of this day.
Yeah, pretty majestic, I would say,
Yeah.
from the outside. Let's go inside and explore it.
Yeah. One really nice thing about visiting the temples here in Bagan, or the most popular ones which we have visited today, is that they haven't been like overcrowded, so you can really take your time, take your photos, maybe film, and it's just like makes this really chill vibe, which is awesome.
Right, guys, so that was definitely the last temple for today.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit up to here with temples. Don't get me wrong here. We like to visit the temples. They look beautiful, both on the inside and the outside. But now we feel like it was too much. But I hope that we hope that you have gotten the best out of this video. If you're planning a trip here to Bagan, definitely go around by e-bike.
Yeah, you get such a nice feeling going around and seeing all these temples, and also people are so friendly, like waving at you.
Yeah, it's fun.
And yeah, it's a must experience, I believe.
Yeah, it is. $6, you save the environment from gases, so it's really, really good.
Now, it would have been fun to do the air balloon ride here in Bagan, but that takes like at least 3 months planning ahead.
Yeah, you have to plan your ticket 3 months
Yeah.
ahead, and also have to pay around $300 to $400 per person to
That's
do
a
that
lot
balloon
of
ride.
money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, I would have loved to do that if we have like planned ahead and maybe saved up some money for doing
Yeah.
that. But we didn't do that, fortunately.
Next
so
time, maybe?
yeah, better luck next time.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for watching this video. Hope to see you in the next one, and subscribe if you like what we're doing on this channel.
Yeah.
Traveling the world.
Yeah.
See you in the next one.
See you.
Bye, guys. Then you're paying 50,000, and that is $34 instead of 30, and that is, and then you will pay $34 instead of and then you will pay 30. Okay.
And then you will pay $34 instead of
$38. Okay, jag kan säga det.
like.